Hey guys, before this video starts, it's obviously not less than 3 minutes, and I know the title and the thumbnail, and even later on in the video I act as if it is. However, everything is already edited now that I'm recording this clip right here, and I kind of realized that there's no possible way I'm making this less than 3 minutes without cutting out a bunch of important information. So hopefully the next videos in the series will be 3 minutes, but being as this is the first one, it's a work in progress for me. I'm learning a lot of new things as I do this, what stuff I should include, what stuff I shouldn't include, and the next one will be probably higher quality and definitely less than 3 minutes, so hopefully you guys will still enjoy it and it'll help you on your Slayer task. But for the time being, this one is going to be a little bit longer than 3 minutes, and hopefully that's not too much of an inconvenience for you guys. Hey everyone, and welcome to my 3 minutes or less Slayer guide. Today we're going to be going over Abyssal Demons, so let's just get right into it. The only requirement you'll really need is to have at least level 85 Slayer. Other than that, I would recommend that you have at least level 60 or 70 plus in your melee or magic stats, depending on the style you're going to use. And of course, I will show you a method for doing the task using both styles of combat. As with all Slayer tasks, it can help to have overloads and turmoil/soul split. If you do not have those things, that's fine. Just downgrade to your next best thing. And as with all things in this guide, if you can't use the method or the item that I'm telling you should use, just downgrade to the next best thing you can use/afford. So next we'll go over the gear you should wear when doing this task. So let's go over the magic method first. If you're using the magic method, you should use gear somewhat close to what I have on the screen now. If you can't afford or have that gear, then just downgrade as needed. If you need to use a lower necklace or body or legs, whatever, just downgrade as you need. The next important thing is that you make sure you have a good ability bar set up. Now when you do this task, you want to aggro as many of them onto you as you can using magic, and then use the fire breath and chain ability to AoE the task down as quick as possible. That's the main reason why you use magic. If you're not going to use this method, then I would highly suggest that you just use melee, as their weakness is melee anyway. So use an ability bar something like the one I have on the screen. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. Use something that's comfortable to you. However, I would suggest you use something very close to it so that you can aggro as many of the Abyssal Demons on you at a single time, allowing you to get the task done as quick as possible. Next, let's go over the melee setup. So you can obviously go with the classic dual wield or two-handed weapon where you just go in and kill one by one, and that's fine and effective. So if you want to do that, then just go ahead and do that. Use something like what I have on the screen now. You won't really have to worry about what gear you use, because you just pretty much have to DPS one single Abyssal Demon at a time. However, if you want to do this task a little bit quicker with melee and you happen to have a crystal halberd or a noxious scythe, you can use this method instead using the gear you see on the screen now, and actually get a lot of the Abyssal Demons aggroed on you at a time, killing many of them very quickly because of the extra range of the halberd mechanics, meaning that you'll hit 2 spaces away from you rather than 1, which also accounts for the AoE abilities, not just your auto attacks. So you actually will hit in 2 squares with abilities as well as with auto attacks, meaning that your AoE abilities actually hit an even bigger area. Now I'll explain how to get there. There are 2 main places you can do Abyssal Demons. One of them is a little bit better than the other because you will gain a little bit of extra reward. So the first place, and the place I would suggest you do them at, is in the Slayer Tower. So if you're going to do them in the Slayer Tower, the easiest way to get there is to home teleport to the Canopus Lodestone and walk northwest. And if you have a Slayer Ring, you can just right click it and teleport to the Slayer Tower in Mortania as well. After getting to the Slayer Tower, take a left as soon as you enter, and head up the stairs until you reach the Abyssal Demons. You'll see them grouped in a little room, and you can also cross a beam and go up the stairs again for even more Abyssal Demons, so there are multiple places in this place where you can kill them. So keep that in mind. If one is crowded, just move to the other one. The other place you can kill them is in Kuradil's dungeon. The fastest way to get there is to use a Kuradil's ring and teleport to Kuradil, walk into her dungeon, and follow the path you see on the screen until you get to the Abyssal Demons. It's a pretty good place to kill them, however you will miss out on the extra cash and XP from the Mortania Slayer Tower, but if it's too crowded there, feel free to do them here as well. It is an effective spot to do it. When you first arrive at the Slayer Tower, be sure to pick up your special Slayer contract from the guy outside. Once you're ready to start the task, just paw up, turn on the prayers you want to use, and attack the Abyssal Demons. Now for the magic method, all you really have to do is stand here and let your character go crazy. You really only have to go and pick up your drops when you want to. Every couple minutes or so, every minute or so, I'd pick up your drops so you don't lose too much. on the ground, and as you can see, your character will do most of the work for you. Your prayer will restore using your attuned ectoplasmator along with your demon horn necklace, so you really don't have to worry about prayer. If you don't have these items, don't worry. Just bring a few prayer potions. You won't run through too many of them. This task gets completed very quickly using this method, so you don't have to worry about wasting too much of your supplies. As far as the drops, just go ahead and pick everything up that's noted. If it's not noted, then you can probably either alch it if you want to, or you can just leave it on the ground. As far as the rune chain bodies, I would take those regardless, and leave the sharks and stuff on the ground because they're not worth much and they're just going to waste your inventory space. As often as you can, use the sunshine ability in order to increase your DPS, and that will allow you to complete the task very quickly and kill many abyssal demons per minute. Completing the task in sometimes less than 15 minutes if you're quick and you have good gear. So very quick way to complete the task, and highly suggest doing it if you don't have dark light or if you don't have the scythe / halberd that will allow you to use melee. Now onto the dual wielding melee method. So all you really have to do is pot up, turn on your prayers, and just go ham on the individual abyssal demons, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the guide in a nutshell. Your demon horn necklace and your attuned ectoplasmator will allow your prayer to be restored every kill, and you'll pretty much never have to use a prayer potion. Now, if you do not have the attuned ectoplasmator or the demon horn necklace, that's okay. Don't panic, just bring prayer potions instead. This task is relatively quick, so you won't run through too many supplies regardless of what you choose to do. Now, to do the two-handed melee method, all you really have to do is group up a bunch of the abyssal demons together using your either scythe or your crystal halberd. Now, you can use another two-handed weapon as well. I'm currently using a chaotic spear and it works perfectly fine. And then just spam hurricane and quake, and you will find yourself killing these extremely quickly, sometimes killing up to 6 or 7 in one ability. If you've already collected them all around you very quickly. As you can see, you can do a lot of damage, and again, you won't have to worry too much about prayer or health because your demon horn necklace and soul split will heal you. And again, if you don't have soul split or a demon horn necklace, just bring food / prayer pots, and this task is relatively easy. You won't run through too many supplies, so don't worry about that. One really useful tip I can give you using this two-handed melee weapon is to use Cleave, which is this ability here, as your first ability in using momentum, so that your character will automatically spam that ability often, allowing you to do AoE damage, but even when you don't have the thresholds up and ready to go, you'll still be doing AoE damage as often as possible. Well, that just about covers everything, guys. I hope I was able to get all the information you needed in less than 3 minutes for the Abyssal Demon Slayer task. Okay, so let's go over the rewards for the task. So you'll obviously get combat experience in either magic or melee, depending on which style you decided to use, and as well, you'll also get Slayer XP. However, I can't really calculate that for you because that will depend on the length of your task and your Slayer level, combat level, etc. So you can check that on the screen. You'll see the Slayer XP and the combat XP for each monster. So let's say if you had 250 Abyssal Demons, you can just do the math and figure out how much you would have got for your task. However, I can't really do that math for you because I don't know how long your task is. However, on the other hand, one thing I can do is tell you how much money you can expect to get from this task as far as profit goes. So these are all the items I got from the task, including a hard clue scroll, a rare table drop of Torstals, and I actually got 1 Abyssal Whip. Now I'm going to show you everything first, which you can see is 2.1 mil. It took me about 25 minutes to do the task, including recording, so it took quite a while to do the task. It usually takes me about 15-20, but it's not too bad when you consider that I was going to the bank in between and stuff to get different gear. 25 minutes is not bad, and you can probably about cap out at about 4 mil an hour here. However, you have to assume you're not going to get a rare table drop and Abyssal Whip from the task, so you can look for more about 2 to 3 mil an hour here. And of course, you'll see all the graphics up on the screen. Upwards of 4 mil, probably more of an average of 2.5 to 3 mil, which is still quite good money for a task that doesn't take any time at all, is very pleasant, doesn't use any supplies of yours, and in general is just a good task to do. So it's definitely gets a thumbs up in my book, and if you're not already doing this task, I would highly suggest you do it because it's really profitable and it's really fun, to be honest, as well, because a lot of it can be AFK'd with the AoE magic, and even if you're not using magic, you're going to be doing a lot of damage with that dark light. So yeah, like I said, it's a very good task to do, and that's going to be the end of this video, guys. I know it's a little bit more than 3 minutes, but the guide itself should be less than 3 minutes, which is all I really promised. The video itself may be more than 3, but the information should all be condensed within 3 minutes so you guys can watch this video and get to your task ASAP. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I really hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions or if you have any comments on how I can do this better next time, because there will be future episodes in this series, feel free to leave a comment. And other than that, again, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.